Hello, HQT Pies. It's all kicking off ahead of the 15th season of the X Factor. Judge Nicole Scherzinger has been X'd from the show, and One Direction's Louis Tomlinson is the bookies' favourite to replace her. Now, despite proving he has what it takes on Britain's Got Talent, he's got many naysayers, mostly his own fans. They think he should focus on his solo career instead, but which direction will he take? We'll have to wait and see. I'm Sharon Carpenter, your queen of the Q Factor, and this, of course, is HQ Trivia, the show where what you know turns into dough. Now, here's how to play. I'm going to ask you a series of questions ranging from easy to hard. You have 10 seconds to tap the answer. If you get it correct, you move on. Answer all 12 right and you win, or you split the cash. Tonight's prize is a show-stopping £550. That will get you professional singing lessons, a pop star makeover, or just enough tissues to get you over your nightmare X Factor audition. But before you throw it away, you've got to win it today. So let's get the show started with Q1. Which of these was a real arcade game? Marvel versus Capcom, Thatcher versus Smash Brothers, A Few Insects versus Capcom. This is for the gamers out there. Actually, this is for all of you, a nice easy one for Q1. She may have laid the political smackdown on the unions, but fisticuffs wasn't Maggie's style. More Iron Man than the Iron Lady is Marvel versus Capcom. That's your winning answer right there. 53,664 of you are marveling at that win, but we lost 23,000 here on Q1. That's a lot for Q1. After Capcom's success with X-Men vs. Street Fighter, they invited both extended families to brawl it out in this one. Q2. TV and computer screen resolution is measured in what? Miles, kilos, pixels. Coming at you in HD right now. No matter how large the resolution is, it's still going to weigh in at 0 kilos. Almost exactly a mile less than a mile. It's pixels, of course. That's how you measure the resolution. 54,005 of you getting a 3D win right there. An HD screen is referred to as 1080p, which means it has 1,080 lines of pixels stacked from top to bottom. Fun fact right there. Are you following us on Twitter? You can find us at HQ Trivia UK for all things Quiztastic. And we see you out there, players. Hi to Harry and James, and also James and Kieran in Nottingham. How are you doing, Jake, Amber, Betty, and Sebastian Barnett? To Sam's pet snake, Kyle. Hi, Snakey. Hi to the Ellie Moran squad, to Jack and Connor in Liverpool, and to Oliver Dunk, who is stuck on the M62 right now in bad traffic. You have us for company now. Okay, Q3. According to the David Bowie song, how long can we all be heroes for? A lifetime, 1 day, 1 more minute. I'll be a queen, and you will be a king. He will always be a hero, but how long was the Starman willing to share the spotlight? We can all be heroes for just 1 day, according to Bowie. 1 day is your answer, and today is the day for 40,138 of you players. Bowie wasn't much of an athlete, but he still managed to dominate the 2012 Olympics with this iconic song. Q4, which unique event occurred at the boat race in 1912? Both crews sank, crowd invasion, dead heats. Where's our Cambridge crew, our Oxford crew? Are you playing right now? Remarkably, all of these have happened during the race at some point, but the only one resulting in a rematch the following day is when both crews sank. Yes, that actually happened. 20,661 of you are still afloat here on Q4. A bad craftsman blames his tools, but atrocious weather was genuinely to blame for sinking both crews in 1912. Q5. According to English law, a 16-year-old civilian cannot do which of the following? Buy a lottery ticket, fly a glider, make a will. There's a lot you can do when you're 16, but one of these is not it. Being an in-betweener is pretty restrictive, but at least you can do 2 of these things, the least fun of them anyway. You've got to be 18 to make a will. Make a will is your answer. Where there's a will, there's a way. 10,171 of you had that will and that way. Members of the armed forces are allowed to make their wills at 16 for obvious reasons. Some very brave teens right there. Okay, Q6. Which of these expressions has the earliest recorded use? Bromance, OMG, chillax. 3 words in my hourly vocabulary. Which has the earliest recorded use, though? 3 expressions you would never expect to come out of Granny's mouth, but this one was around before even she was. WTH. It's OMG. And oh my gosh, 4,570 of you got that right. Bromance and chillax both originated in the 90s, but the first use of OMG dates all the way back to a letter Winston Churchill received in 1917. They were ahead of their time. Q7. Which of these people has not been engaged to someone with the same first name? Evelyn Waugh, Paris Hilton, Leslie Nielsen. If you like it, better put a ring on it, even if you have the same name. We're meant to love ourselves, but I don't think this is what they meant. Married 4 times, but never to another Leslie. Leslie Nielsen is your winning answer here on Q7. Savagery happening right here on Q7. Some very, very savagery right here. 786 of you are moving on. Novelist Evelyn Waugh married Evelyn Gardner in 1929, while fellow narcissist Paris Hilton was engaged to Paris Latsis. Now she's engaged to somebody else. Q8. In the early 1970s, Canadian archaeologists found very early evidence of what during a dig in Iran? Cake, beer, tea. Making me kind of thirsty. The holy trinity of the British diet, but making other people more attractive with those goggles. Since 3500 BC, it's beer. And cheers to 485 of you for guessing that one. The archaeologists also found traces of wine at the same site, or at least that was their excuse for all those empty bottles. Q9, the original opening theme of which of these TV shows is sung in Latin? Mr. Bean, Songs of Praise, Inspector Morse. 3 theme tunes permeating our living rooms for years, whether we liked it or not. His theme has no words, so you don't need to be Inspector Morse to know he's innocent here. Praising a total idiot in Latin, it's Mr. Bean. Yeah, 161 of you got that correct. Mr. Bean arrives on Earth while a Latin choir repeats a verse, which translates as, "Behold the man who is a bean." Deep stuff right there. Q10. Which of these celebrities did not train to be a priest? Tom Cruise, Tom Hardy, Johnny Vegas. Celebrity and priesthood don't always mix, but once in a while. I guess if Tuck can be a friar, then it's only fair Johnny Vegas can be a priest. I'd rather marry this guy than be married by him anyway. It's Tom Hardy. Did not train to be a priest, and 90 of you got that. Wasn't that hard, was it? Long before he believed in aliens and jumping on sofas, Tom Cruise trained to become a Catholic priest before the Scientology. Q11, the 2007 Mercury Music Prize winners later became the first act to achieve which musical touring first? 3D printed instruments, Google Glass enhancement, iPad-only concerts. All state-of-the-art stuff right there. It started off as a tongue-in-cheek announcement, but backfired into a brilliant idea during their 2014 tour of UK and Europe. The Klaxons were playing on 3D printed instruments. Yes, they were. And 27 of you knew that. Buckle up, guys, because we are moving on to the final round of this trivia tour right here with 27 players still with us. Another 7 players using their extra lives to get back in. £550 up for grabs right now. Good luck to all of you. What does the middle initial of the world's largest aircraft carrier stand for? Ronald, Rudolph, Randolph. My middle initial is L, and I'm hoping you don't take an L here on Q12. His presidency may have only lasted 895 days, but Gerald R. Ford's giant namesake is still going strong. Named after the 38th president, it also shares his middle name. Nixon's nose may have been longer, but Ford's was brighter. It's Rudolph for the win here on Q12, and we have one winner, my lovelies. Congratulations to our one winner. We started with something like 60,000 players. Just one winner left. Mom Crab, we want to see your face, Mom Crab. Congratulations, you are taking home the £550. It is all yours. The one person standing tall at the end of this game. What are you going to do with that cash, Mom? Maybe you could leave your loved ones that cash in your will if you're over 16. Maybe buy a round of that 3,000-year-old beer. Must be quite delicious. Or 3D print an HQ trophy to really show off to your friends. That's bragging rights right there, that's for sure. Another thrilling game, HQT Pies. As always, hit me up on Twitter and Instagram at the handle on your screen right here. Let me know how you got on and if you want to shout out tomorrow. Okay, that's it for tonight. But join me again at 3 p.m. tomorrow for another chance to get your mitts on 550 quid. Have a great evening, everyone, and I will see you soon. Bye.